Here we go.
So I'm not one to talk politics. Never have been. I try to stay out of those conversations. I've always respected what everyone feels and thinks. I still do. But I don't think a lot of you understand what's happening in our country right now, mainly because most of you don't live in a sanctioned city. I live in Denver. So the people that are living in these sanctioned cities, we are slowly losing control.
Sanctuary city. But yes, a lot of people that do not live in the sanctuary cities, they don't really get to see what's going on like that because they're not going through it in their city. But it's going to start off in these sanctuary cities, and then it's going to continue to spread throughout the United States.
Of our cities, and the government's not doing anything. Governor Polis in Colorado, he is not doing anything about the apartment complex that has been taken over by Venezuelan gang members that have come over illegally.
And you want to know why they're not doing anything? Because they're getting paid not to do anything. They're getting paid for it. I'm pretty sure they're pocketing some of the money um, that's going to them, or they're doing it for political reasons because they feel like they can move up in the political arena. So they're taking advantage of this situation. That's why they said they wanted to be a sanctuary city because they're doing it for a political gain or either money on the backside. That's why I think a lot of these governors are complicit in it, like Mayor Brandon Johnson in Chicago, um, the mayor of I forgot his name, mayor of New York City. So I really feel like they're getting some type of incentives for them to just go along with this and just drain the city out, make these cities bankrupt um, for being sanctuary cities and catering to all these illegal immigrants that's causing chaos and mayhem in the streets.
They have robbed 10 gun shops in Denver in the past month.
For that, they robbed 10 gun shops in Denver. So while they're saying, hey, we need to ban weapons, we need to ban assault weapons. Just imagine, right? You're staying in one of these sanctuary cities because a lot of these sanctuary cities are very strict on gun laws, right? They was like, hey, we need to ban these type of weapons, but they ban these type of weapons, right? And you're a legal gun owner. You know, you do everything by law, or you just don't have a gun at all. And then you have 10 of these. Say you have a gang of these migrants coming over, and they're armed because they done robbed the gun stores. They got some of the best guns, the best ammunition, because hey, they getting these guns for free. They basically have their own military now, and they come up to your house trying to get into your house or act like they're like a fake Amazon worker and just run into your house, and then a gang of them follow behind, and you have your wife and kids at home. What are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? You don't have no gun, or maybe it's only a certain amount of guns that you can have, and you can't protect yourself, right? You have like a whole gang of these migrants, and they're armed and dangerous, and you have your wife and kids at home, or maybe you're a single mother and you have your kids at home, but you can't have assault weapons. But they can because they get it illegally. They have all type of weapons because they can just go rob gun stores, get everything they need legally, and nothing is being done about it. What are you going to do? Because they're getting stricter and stricter on gun laws for the law-abiding citizen. But the people who don't go by the law, they can have all type of weapons, and they're surrounding your house that you work hard every day to pay a mortgage for, or maybe you already paid it off. Now they're gonna take over your house. What are you gonna do? You can't do nothing. You don't have no weapons. They starting to form like a mini military. What are you gonna do? The only thing that can kind of keep them off is an automatic weapon to kind of straight them back a little bit. But hey, y'all want to bend it.
They are strapping up. And this is just the first step. They're seeing what they can get away with. And so far, they've been in this apartment complex for a almost a month. The police can't do anything about it. We haven't brought in reinforcements, and they're just living in this apartment complex they overtook, and no one's doing anything.
See, took over a whole apartment complex. They started, and I heard it's two of them that they took over actually. Police can't do nothing for you. The FBI can't do nothing for you. Seems like nobody can't do nothing, so you're gonna have to do it yourself. How you gonna do that if you ain't got no weapons? And they want to push all this gun control, but the people who get these guns illegally, they can get all the guns they want to, but you can't protect yourself against these people. That's crazy.
What do you think they're going to do next? They're going to start overtaking more apartment complexes, more buildings, more facilities. What did our country think was going to happen when their time was up in the hotels we provided to them?
And I said this previously, right? I said once they kicked out of these hotels, um, kicked out of these homeless shelters, and they gotta go, it's gonna cause havoc in the streets. It's gonna cause havoc. And this is an example of what's gonna go down. They're gonna find some places to stay. And they're extorting people, like they're extorting people for the rent money. They was like, nah, the rent money don't go to the owner, it goes to us. Last time I see some stuff like that was on Waist Deep. when they when they had the game out there extorting people for the rent money. Like, hey, where your rent money at? I'm gonna need that rent money. That's the last time I done seen something like that on the movie Waist Deep. That's crazy. So man, it's a real life movie out here, man. They said, hey, you pay us. Forget the owner, forget the private owner. You pay the rent to us right now if you want to stay here. That's crazy. And they armed and dangerous too.
I had a feeling they were going to start overtaking things, and that's what's starting to happen. It takes a lot to scare me. I've been to third world countries, never really been freaked out or nervous. Never thought that I would have to buy a gun to feel safe. And even when I get my gun in a couple days, I don't even know if I'll still feel safe, but at least I'll have a weapon.
You can't feel safe, man, because you got one gun, but they robbed like 10 gun stores. I mean, they got all type of guns. So I mean, it's good to have one. You should, to be honest. I mean, in America today, you need some type of weapon. So it's good to have one, but I wouldn't feel safe either. They done robbed 10 gun stores because that means they got a lot more ammunition and a lot more weapons than what you do. So you're gonna need a whole arsenal for them, to be honest. Let's go.
Um, I've never been against guns, but I've also never thought that I'm going to need to buy a gun for safety. But here we are. Here we are.
Especially if you're a woman, you need to have you some type of weapon, especially with what's going on today. Women, get your concealed and carries. Get you a weapon, learn how to shoot. Especially with the trafficking that's going on. Come on. It's 2024, man. Get y'all a weapon.
And if you don't live in a sanctioned city, I really, really encourage you to do some research and see what's happening to our country. I understand if you're a Democrat and you have your reasons, right? Abortion, you're pro abortion, and same sex marriage. I'm fine with that. I understand we all have our own opinions and our beliefs, and that's important to a lot of you.
Right. And we do have our own opinions and our own beliefs, but people really need to do the research, right? And you have to really think about, does this outweighs my safety? Does this outweighs the economic future of this country? Does this outweighs the fact that we're on the brink of World War III? None of that is going to matter. And you can go get an abortion that's done by the state law. Okay? So if you want an abortion that bad, if you want to kill your baby that bad, there are certain states that will allow that. Illinois, you have LA, you have New York, and I'm pretty sure there's other states that allow that as well. So I mean that's done on a state level. That's not big enough of an issue. The It doesn't outweigh itself. Okay? Issues, abortion and just gay marriage doesn't outweigh you being able to eat. Um you being able to pay your bills. Um it doesn't outweigh your safety. And like I said, I'm not an advocate. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. Yeah, I'm not an advocate for abortion because I said something, right? I posted something on my Facebook and I was like, I'm sitting out this election and I posted a picture of Kamala that said all skin folk ain't kin folk. And somebody was like, well, you have daughters. What are you gonna tell them that you did to fight for the right to control their body? And I told them, look, I'm gonna tell my daughters this. I'm gonna tell my daughters keep their legs closed or use the right precautions, use protection, birth control or whatever you gotta do. If you don't want to have a baby. If you don't want to have a baby, don't have one. It's birth control. It's different precautions you can take. And I'm gonna tell them be better than me. Get married before you care. I didn't do that, but I'm gonna tell them to do that. That's the best option. And it's up to them if they choose to listen or not. If they don't listen, then they just gonna have to go and pay the consequences, right? But I'm not an advocate for abortion unless it's for extreme cases such as health issues, rape, or incest. Those are the main issues. If it's not for any of that, because a lot of women be abusing that, they be getting multiple abortions, like 5+ abortions. One abortion is already too many, but they be getting multiple abortions. They be abusing the right to do that. And I can really get in deep on that because abortion is pretty much like a ritual, but I don't really go that deep into things on this channel. But yeah, that doesn't abortion and same-sex marriage doesn't outweigh your safety, doesn't outweigh the economic future of this country. It doesn't outweigh the fact that people are homeless and struggling to buy food. It doesn't outweigh it. But let's continue.
But I hope you understand that although those are important topics when it comes to voting, if Trump or someone else is not in office other than Camila, whatever her name is, that stuff's not going to matter, because we will not have a country like we have now or have had. So it's not going to matter if abortion is legal or not. It's not going to matter if same-sex marriage is legal or not.
It's not. It's really not. And that's what they're not realizing. If those are the two main points to where to why you are voting for Kamala Harris or supporting the Democratic Party, and like I said, and I keep saying this, right? I don't support either party, and I will not be voting, because if I vote for either party, it's kind of like I'm voting. I'm in agreement to get stabbed in the back, and I'm not gonna do that, right? I'm not in agreement to for my own